Alright, I will talk about technology and health for, I guess, however long it takes. Um, Technology, as I understand it, is a mechanism engineered outside of yourself to do a task that you could basically do yourself manually. Um, that's it in a nutshell. It's just something else that you use. It's a tool. And in that sense, it can be unnecessary, especially if you're just crazy about it and you've got a tool to do every little thing. Um, it kind of makes me wonder, but you know, people like to make money off of any little thing, and so that's the other reason we have all this somewhat unnecessary technology flying around here. But yeah, it's essentially just one medium for performing tasks. I like to think we can do everything ourselves, and a lot of the times when you're trained to do something, when you're trained to do a job and there's technology involved, they'll train you first without the technology. They'll have you do it the raw way, the manual way, and then once you actually get on the job, then they'll be like, okay, yeah, use this tool and that tool, use the GPS or use the calculator. But it is good to know how to do it yourself because, yeah, of course, you won't always have the technology. Sometimes you don't. Plus, it's a good core principle, so you know how it works. You're not just, throwing it into a machine and having the machine do everything for you. You know what's going on somewhat. But I happen to think it's cool. It's cool where we're going. It's very cool. All these different looking things, and we can get it to be really small and really and do all these calculations and do everything for us. But it's also weird because it's kind of like that sense of accomplishment. It's like I did all these things, look what I can do. But then you get to a point where you have technology doing everything for you, and it's like the creativity kind of goes out the window. But that's that. I don't really... I like to be simple about everything. I don't like to have all these dependencies, I guess. Dependencies are kind of bad. I like to be in a place where I can go and do what I want to do with less to worry about. And if I end up doing a lot of things manually, by myself, of my own power, then that's what works for me. I don't really prefer to have to spend all this money on different tools and computers and equipment, unless I find it to be absolutely necessary, and that's, for now, a car is absolutely necessary, and a computer is necessary, somewhat. There's some monk out there who will say, oh, well, no, you don't actually need anything at all. But none of us are there yet. I'm not there yet, and I'm not going to say that because I like to have the social medium there, and I like to have music, and I like to have a lot of other things. But I do find it very strange that we have all these odd products for... I don't know, we go to the extreme with toothpaste, for example. Toothpaste doesn't really need to be enhanced anymore. It just needs to be toothpaste, and that's it. And actually, I use this Trader Joe's toothpaste. It's just this basic anti-plaque kind of thing that has nothing in it except toothpaste. And I think that's good. And that's what works for me. And I kind of had to get used to it after a while, though, because I'm used to really, really sticky, cohesive toothpaste. But the stuff I use right now is very loose. And it actually, sometimes it'll slip off the toothbrush because it's just like that. The consistency is very weird. But I feel better. It's not. I don't feel like it has an excess of chemicals in it. I don't feel like it's um, going overboard with just something as simple as brushing my teeth. And that's why I use it. And that's why I try to just have something as simple as, I just need soap for my teeth. And that's all. I don't need it to do things that they claim it's going to do. Oh, whiten your teeth 2 shades and keep your teeth clean for 24 hours straight. And that's kind of bullshit. And I've tried that. I've tried things that are really meant to be a marketing kind of thing, and it doesn't really work. It hasn't worked for me when I go to get something that's just like, oh, this chemical will do it for you. No, it doesn't. It might if you're like a mage and you alter your reality so that your teeth are whitened just because you use that toothpaste, but no, most of the time it won't. And it's within reason, so I tend to avoid a lot of things beyond like what I think is necessary. I don't like to waste money there, because what would I be doing? I'd be giving the money to someone who is just going to try to perpetuate that. They're trying to perpetuate an unnecessary product, and they're making a living off of it, and that's not right either. So there's a little thought on that. But we've kind of, I don't know, we try to, what do we do with it medically? We have so many things that'll breathe for you, and a bunch of medication that'll do a lot of things for you from a chemical perspective. And it does work like that because we understand that it works like that, and so we know how we can physically tweak it so that it does what we want it to do. We're not geniuses here. It won't do exactly what we want it to do with absolutely no side effects, unless you're an extremely healthy person using this kind of medication or whatnot, and so you just have very few side effects. But that's an unfortunate thing that we haven't perfected yet. It's something that disappoints me about technology, that even though we can modify a lot of things, we still haven't quite gotten it. So we probably will in the future. I'm sure there will soon be, actually, the pill for men, for example, which makes a lot more sense than the pill for women, because, well, it just does. Think about that for a little bit. But a lot of really fantastic things, birth control for guys, and vaccines for every kind of virus. It's there. It's easy. We used to not have vaccinations for polio and rabies and whatever. Now we do. So take from that what you will. It could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, but it's there. And it does improve life. It's one less thing to worry about. Get a vaccination, and at least for like the major things. I can't even remember. I only remember polio, actually. I think that's the big one, and maybe tetanus. Most other things are not life-threatening, so I just never got those vaccinations. I never got immunized against chicken pox or measles or anything. I just ended up catching them and then dealt with them. Yeah, the immune system's freaking amazing. It'll deal with anything. If you want it to, it'll deal with AIDS. I don't know that personally, but hey, who knows? Maybe you're the next person to cure AIDS within yourself without therapy. You certainly can do it with cancer. You don't need chemotherapy for cancer. No one does. You just need to stop fighting, basically. Cancer is just a fight. It's part of your body fighting against you. And I'm not sure if you heard that bark. Yes, that was a dog. Specifically a Shih Tzu. In case you were wondering. That was a black Shih Tzu. She barks at anything. But yeah, cancer is not really not really a problem. I don't see it as a problem. I just see it as just something that's, at this point, I can laugh about it because it's trivial to me. It's something I know how to deal with, and I haven't ever gotten it, but I've seen other people that just get over it without any real problems. So I understand it to just be part of your body fighting you, and basically you just begin to accept yourself and I don't know, add love or something, and then that just heals it for some strange reason. Who knows? So that's there are different things. There's I'll just give you that information right now. There's simple therapy. There are energy workers that'll do it. If you're into energy workers, they can simply add energy and cancer will go away. And there's other stuff too, like muscle pain. The really mild stuff is just muscle pain. If you have enough energy circulating through your body, your muscles will just heal themselves. Anything can just heal itself. The body is just, and we like to think medically like this, like, oh, we'll do this procedure and that, take this medication and make the chemical reaction so that it does what we want it to do, but actually it wants to do that anyway. Your body wants to do that. It wants to be in pristine condition and is very capable of doing that in and of itself. And all you really have to do is add energy. And you can look that up later. How to add energy. What is this energy thing? Yeah, everything has energy. You may understand it as electricity or magnetism or whatever. But yeah, there's a certain amount of energy that circulates through the body's systems, and when you have enough in there, the tissue naturally regenerates. It does whatever it needs to do. Most of the time you actually don't need a medical procedure. For anyone who was thinking about that, try this out first, or try this out after. Meditate or something. Just do that. Just meditate on something. Think about something you want the answer to for a little bit, and do it for a couple minutes, and then come back and meditate again, and just build up a routine and think about things, and just let your body relax and just think about things. Focus on one thing and try to find the answer. Try to derive it yourself. Don't try to have people give you information that's real to them, that they observe, that they determine. It actually is important for you to determine things for yourself. And I'm not going to tell you, like I said, I'm not going to tell you exactly what to do. I'm going to give you things that you can tinker around with, that you may or may not have thought of up until this point. And all you may or may not do is just go out and try it. And let me try to wrap this up, though. Yeah, if you were thinking that your ailment is something you have to deal with, try thinking about it instead like this. Just let the energy come to you, or something like that. Meditate on something every day, and until you're able to sit down and meditate for over 10 minutes, I guess. We'll give you a round number. And then eventually you will find that instead of focusing on one thing while you're meditating, your mind will just quiet itself. After a certain amount of time, that'll just happen, and then energy will flow normally. You'll have enough energy that any little health problem you thought you had is just going to drop off. So, I hope you enjoyed this, and that's how that works. That's how health and technology work from my perspective.